Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. I'm Joey Only, the Caribou Weather Dude. Welcome to Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel here at Wells, British Columbia, 3,153 feet above sea level. And we do have the atmospheric river coming at British Columbia right now, and a big warm-up as well. Let's talk about all that and more this morning on the show. Let's go. There it is. This is bad news. My God.
Falling out right now.
Anything could happen. Get on! Wow. I'll watch the video later. They dry mopping this. Good morning, everybody. If you could hit like, share, and subscribe and tell a friend. We've been battling the algorithm machine pretty bad around here, and for a while I was starting to think maybe I was going to have to shut down or scale back the channel and get a real job. And luckily, people like Kelly Thompson have been supporting me. Kelly actually sent me this video last night that people have been watching a lot today, it seems like. This fireball that lit up over 100 Mile House early Saturday morning. Pretty cool stuff. So you can go and check out my video at the end of this episode. We will have the link there on the screen for you. Right. So really appreciate everyone liking and sharing and subscribing. We are getting through this. In fact, I feel like I've turned a corner this week, despite the fact that I spent half the week thinking that maybe I was defeated here completely. Revenue is climbing back up from ads. New memberships are helping drive that as well. And views are now back up the last day or two, so people are coming and watching videos, and that's good. You know, I need that. So just keep coming back, keep liking. Every time you come here, and you got to sit through the advertisement at the beginning, that helps put bread on my plate and feed my children, and keep this channel alive so that we can keep coming and talking to you about all the weather news. Speaking of the weather news, so a lot of you think that I'm some crazy left-wing kook or something like that, and I mean you're absolutely right, actually, but I'm not as maybe kooky as you think. I do got friends like my buddy Sheldon Clare here. He's our member of Legislative Assembly in the Caribou and Prince George regions. And he's a good buddy of mine. I support Sheldon a lot. I think he's a real original, fun, and unique person. And the kind of hillbilly I am is not that different than the kind of hillbilly he is at the end of the day, despite the fact that we got some political differences. That's, to be expected. Canada, it's a democracy. You're allowed to have different opinions on things as long as they're not trying to destroy my country. Anyways, Sheldon and I were talking last night, and I hadn't heard this. I guess nobody had. And I'm going to let you know this, not to sort of like, oh, poor Sheldon, or to in any way make a statement. Like, no, what happened was Sheldon was skiing at Purdon 2 weeks ago, and a stump that was buried. The snow was less than we would like it to be. And this is a good warning for everybody who's out doing ski runs and running on your sled now, to realize that as we get into this later part of the season, sometimes hazards are buried under the snow, and you will hit them pretty hard. So luckily, Sheldon, he did get escorted off the mountain. I said, it's not every day rescuers get to save their own member of Legislative Assembly. Gave him a chuckle, and they're really good about it, he said. But also, 2 weeks have gone by. He's feeling good, and he's out skiing again today. Right on, Sheldon. Glad you're okay. So, but that should serve as a reminder to you, all you people traveling around the bush right now, to not go slamming into rocks and stumps. Keep in mind that soft snow as well mean that something that looks buried, you might end up smacking pretty hard right now. So, and it can happen by accident. Very, very, very easy. Okay, let's get on with the news today regarding the atmospheric river. Here we are this morning with this big old stream coming right from the Philippines. You can see the high pressure right now sitting off the California coast like it so often likes to do. It spins clockwise, which helps feed the conveyor belt of moisture straight up towards the BC coast. We got all kinds of weather warnings right now in for the coast. As you can see, low pressure up there in the Gulf of Alaska, helping to drag all this down. So there's our low center, and we have a nonstop proliferation of rain events coming at us. It's going to be kind of a wet week off and on, I think, for some of you down the coast, and maybe some of that's going to get inland. We'll talk about that. But truthfully, we have a big warm-up coming. So, some of you might see some snow over the next day or two, but it might be the last time you see snow until next winter for those of you who do, unless you're traveling over a mountain pass and happen to come through it. So we got a big warm-up coming up, and the chances are that for a lot of you, it'll be the last time you see snow in 2025, at least in the first half of the year. Of course, that's not necessarily true for Wells, because we could have snow falling in every month of the year. I've seen snowfall here, except July. However, I have seen enough hail fall in a hailstorm in July that it left a foot of hail on the ground, like 10 inches. Maybe it wasn't a full foot. Everything in Wells was covered in hail as if it had just snowed, right? So hail is different than snow, but nonetheless, every month of the year I've seen snow-like things cover the ground completely. That happens. So that's different. Here at 3,953 feet, 3,953 feet above sea level, we get snow a lot. It can be July, it can be August here. We can get below zero at nighttime in August, especially if the skies are clear and you get the right conditions. Suddenly you find like, wow, there's frost and it's August 7th and people come here all the time for vacations. They used to come for the festival, and we'd warn them in the literature ahead of time, like, hey, by the way, make sure you bring winter clothing. And then, of course, people from, like, Osoyoos or Vancouver, whatever, like, oh, whatever, it's summertime. Find out the hard way. So, some continuation on these statements here. Got a couple new ones over in the Kootenays. We'll talk about that. Rainfall warning still in effect until Monday, up to 130 millimeters there. Prolonged period of heavy rain and rising freezing levels will continue. Heaviest rainfall can be expected today and tonight. Rain will continue through Monday. The highest rainfall amounts will be near Port Renfrew with totals near 130 millimeters. Let's go to the coast. On the west side here, we got up to 120 millimeters of rain. Significant rainfall and the freezing levels are rising. It's getting warmer, friends. It's getting warmer around Metro Vancouver, northern sections, Fraser Valley West, including Abbotsford, Howe Sound, Sunshine Coast, Gibsons to Earls Cove. Yeah. Further east towards Abbotsford, the heaviest rainfall is expected tonight into Monday morning. Freezing levels will continue to rise. They will rise. Meanwhile, over towards the Whistler area more. Snowfall warning for the Sea to Sky Highway north of Brandywine and near Whistler. The Pacific Funnel System is impacting the south coast and bringing periods of heavy precipitation to the region with temperatures hovering around the freezing mark and snow levels at just 500 meters. Precipitation is falling as snow near Whistler. Okay, over on the east side of the province, special weather statement for West Kootenay, Kootenay Lake, Arrow Lake, Slocan Lake, Highway 3, Paulson Summit to Kootenay Pass. Potential impacts include messy road conditions due to rain on snow, water pooling and localized flooding due to moderate rainfall accumulation and snow melting. Snow melting will continue Tuesday and Wednesday due to freezing levels further rising 2,500 meters to 3,000 meters. Freezing levels rising to 3,000 meters. You're going to see snow melting up near the 10,000 foot mark probably. Yeah, absolutely. So that is exciting for everybody who lives at 10,000. Nobody lives at 10,000 feet. But still, that's exciting for me because I live at 4,000 feet. And I would love to see a day where this shit isn't going on outside my window right now. Do you want to see what's going on out there? Watch. Look at this. Boop. It's that's snow falling out there. I know you can't see because this camera's not meant for that kind of thing, but there's snow falling out there right now, and I'm most unimpressed, most unhappy about it, actually. But we need the snow. We need the snow. I know I was making that video the other night where I was like, I'm supposed to say this is good for the mountains, but it'll never stop. And then that's actually how I got talking to Sheldon last night because he messaged me and said, we need the snow. I said, yeah, I know, we need the snow. But personally, Sheldon, I said, I need lightning because I'm broke. Put me to work, sir. And he laughs because I don't think wildfire is his docket in BC government. Nonetheless, if it is, I could use a promotion somehow. Yeah, okay, let's back to the show here. Okay, let's get back to what we're saying. So, meanwhile, down in the Kootenays, additional information on all that. A 2-day weather system is expected to move into southern British Columbia today and Monday. Snow or wet snow will start to fall near the valley bottoms this morning. Then snow will change to rain as the warmer air mass arrives today. Snow levels are rising to 1,000 meters this afternoon. That's around 3,200 feet. 3.2808 is the conversion rate. Snow levels will rise to 1,700 meters by Monday morning. Then 2,000 meters by Monday morning. Wow, 2,000 meters. So let's put my face on top of this for now. That way, you can just look at me and pretend that you're reading. You don't have to read now because I'm reading. Okay. For Highway 3, Paulson Summit to Kootenay Pass, snowfall accumulations may reach 15 to 20 centimeters by tonight. Rain on snow will likely give messy road conditions on Monday.
For the town of West Kootenay, Kootenay Lake, and Arrow Lake, Snow-Can Lake regions up to 5 centimeters of snowfall. Accumulations are expected before snow changes to rain. Total rainfall accumulations then could be 30 millimeters by Monday night. Then, a clearing trend is likely on Tuesday and Wednesday as a ridge of high pressure builds. Freezing levels will rise further up to 3,000 meters. Mountain snow melting may give rise to water pooling and localized flooding. However, at this time, we do not have any statements from BC River Forecast Center, so we're going to have to just pretend that for now things are okay, but we know. Anyways, over in Ontario here, this has been going on for a while on the west end for looks like Terrace Bay and Thunder Bay and all these sort of places along the north end of Lake Superior here. Beautiful country. The highest amounts of snow will be over the higher terrain. It's pretty mountainous there, actually. People don't realize in BC how mountainous Lake Superior coastline is. It's one of the most beautiful parts of all Canada. Absolutely, that drive is friggin' believable. Snow associated with the passing weather system continues for areas west of Lake Superior and will begin by early this afternoon for areas. Snowfalls will be highly variable, folks. Then we got this large area where you can see 10 to 15 centimeters over towards the Wawa area. And if you go up along the 17 corridor, looking at 10 centimeters up there. And for Fort Francis and all those areas, Atikokan, we're looking at 10 to 15 centimeters for you. And otherwise, there's not a whole lot else going on in Canada. There is this up here, a winter storm warning for these areas up on the north part of Newfoundland where there is a human or two that lives there. So, I mean, if you happen to be watching this forecast from the northeast tips of Newfoundland, you're like, if you're out in the Torn Gap Mountains today and you just happen to be tuning in on your phone to the Caribou Weather Dude, you can tell me, Joey, actually people from Newfoundland do watch your show. But I don't believe it until then. Well, let's have a look at the avalanche conditions right now in BC because we got quite a bit of change happening with all the snow and rain coming in. Then everything's going to destabilize as the melt comes on through this week. So we better talk about that. And oh my, let's get rid of my face. It's ugly. It's ugly, just like the avalanche conditions are on Vancouver Island. During periods of high hazard, avoid all avalanche terrain. Don't fucking go out there today, people. I should have told you this ahead of time. Should have been on this more, I'm sure. Not only do you stand the chance of hitting a stump like my friend Sheldon did, in some of these conditions, you have a chance of unloading a massive avalanche. And we're talking for at least the next 2 days. At least the next 2 days, you are into a level of danger that is not worth it. Up and down the coast mountains, up and down large natural avalanche cycles expected. Strong winds and weak buried layers. So everywhere down that south coast, you're looking for the next 2 days. It's not really worth going down. Well, Monday looks a little bit better if you're closer into the interior there, but no, I mean, let's be serious. Meanwhile, up here in the Caribou, please avoid complex and wind-loaded terrain. Storm slabs will be building throughout Sunday, so we expect more snow in this area. We expect to see more risk. We've had 4 avalanche deaths this year. Let's keep it to that number. Make sure that if you are in the Caribou, and now consider this as well. For everybody down there in the Kootenays, you're going to see a big jump with that extra snowfall you're going to get up to the high. You're going to get high amount. Continued snowfall will keep storm slabs reactive and stress-buried weak layers. Conservative terrain choices are crucial, friends. And of course, we still have the SPAW, the Special Public Avalanche Warning, still in effect there through basically the Alberta side of the Rockies into looks like even Field is included in there on the BC side. But this is still what we've been hitting on the last bunch of days. Special Public Avalanche Warning after 8 or 9 days ago, 2 people were killed within a matter of half an hour by 2 different avalanches on the Alberta side of the mountains. Let's have a look at something official that proves Joey was right here. Look at this. Thanks, Snowy Girl and Mark Flurries for corroborating what I've been saying. So a steady push. Let's see what the title is. Rain and a push of warm air. How many days have I been telling you that in the channel here? And you can see down here in the graphic below the avalanche, the atmospheric avalanche, the atmospheric river coming at the BC coast right there. A steady push of significant moisture into the BC south and central coast continues. Soaring freezing levels beginning today for the coastal ranges and continuing into next week.
Snow across the BC interior ranges today. By Monday afternoon, many ranges, even in the interior, will see a transition to rain. It's going to get warmer, warmer, warmer. Ridging begins to push into BC from the south on Tuesday, beginning more warm air and some drying to British Columbia. Can't wait. Going to be so good, my friends. So if you're watching today, you'll know that low is trying to push up towards kind of the border of BC, Yukon, Alaska. Some flurries down that warm sector that is pushing into southern BC, so that could see some flurries into even here in the Wells where it's flurrying right now, right? Could see some strong winds up on the north coast as well, and there's that cold front in behind. You can see, but here comes all that moisture. Okay, so what does it say here for the BC coast? Periods of heavy snow changing to rain. So what does it say here? For the BC coast, periods of snow changing into rain. Snow levels rising to 2,000 meters, maybe 10 centimeters of snow on Vancouver Island ranges before 20 millimeters of rain gets on top of that. Heavy precip for North Shore mountains to the knuckles. 20 cents of snow, 20 mils of rain after that. Further inland, higher elevations could just see snow. For now, until Sunday evening, maybe 25 centimeters through the day. Snow for the northwest ranges, light to moderate. Freezing levels rising 1,000 meters. Strong southwest winds in the BC interior today. Periods of snow for the BC interior ranges. Heaviest amounts for the Selkirks into the southern Caribous. Yes, even south of us here. Snowfall amounts 10 to 15 are expected. Freezing levels 1,200 to 1,600 meters by this afternoon. Going to start getting warmer for the northern Caribous and North Rockies. Trace to light amounts. That's me here. Strong ridgetop southwest winds and southern and central BC interior ranges for you as well. Light snow for the Yukon, and there you go. Look at that's how it's going to happen tonight. Let's have a little look at tonight's updates. The long duration of heavy precipitation continues tonight. The southwest ranges, mainly from Brome Ridge, can be expecting heavy rain tonight, maybe 50 mils at the top end. Further inland, the southwest ranges will see significantly lower amounts. The strong to extreme southwest winds will continue tonight. Freezing levels could climb as high as 2,200 meters, getting warmer. Snow will taper off tonight in the northwest ranges. Light amounts, freezing levels up to 1,500 meters, maybe there at the top end. BC interior snow for the interior ranges, mixing by morning. Going to see some rain, I think, this week. Still even here. Highest amounts for the Selkirks through the Columbias into the Caribous, maybe 25 centimeters at the maximum. Doesn't mean that's what you'll get, just giving you the max numbers to make it quick here. Light to moderate amounts for the remaining ranges. Anyways, you get a little bit of the hint here that southern and lower elevation ranges will be seen mixing and transition to rain by morning. And now we're just going to do a basic run through like we do most every day here and try to get kind of the larger picture on what's going on. You can see that heavy rain. You can also see, you notice that it changed. There was snow icons here when we started, and all now it's just rain, rain, rain. So as we get into the evening, you're probably going to see some warming as that, just hit the temperature knob here, and you can see some of that warm moisture coming straight up from, well, the Philippines, more or less, transporting it that far. Okay, back to our graphic here. Seeing things getting a little better by Monday. Yeah, okay, but not for the Rockies so much. Maybe up to the Pine Pass as well, but it looks like all the mountains around Jasper all the way down to Banff are probably going to be expecting some snow through that period, and periods of it high. It looks like around the Icefields Parkway especially. Meanwhile, if you go down to areas in the mountains around Hope, could be by Monday morning, very little snow falling on those mountains, if any at all. So look forward to that. 6 degrees at 11 a.m. in Kamloops, but getting warmer every day now coming after this. Maybe not quite quick enough, but still, hey, 9 on Monday in Quesnel, 10 at 5 in the afternoon. That would be excellent. We could so use that. I mean, I need to get out and cut some wood. I need to get out and do some things. And I'm just finding like at this time of year, it gets harder and harder and harder to push yourself out and go do things in the weather for me. Like I get to a point of the year where I'm like, I don't care anymore. To make everything I do out there difficult to do as possible, right? And snowshoeing around or having to fight through snow or just, even when I want to go down a logging road and go see something, go fish and go do things, it's just everything is much harder at this time of year than it should be. Tuesday, there you go, that little atmospheric river tail still trying to exist out there. If you are in the Bella Coola area, I'm sure you're going to find Tuesday morning to be a little bit windier and rainier than maybe You expect it up the coastline there, up into northern Vancouver Island. Sure, kind of taking a run at you towards Burns Lake, maybe just on the edge, maybe seeing rain or snow mix, maybe a freezing rain splash. Anyways, just be aware of that. Prince George right in the rain sector, while Terrace is seeing by Wednesday, 2 in the afternoon. 2 in the morning, seeing that precip coming at you, rain more to your west, the high mountains seeing some of that snow, right? Well, things continue to clear on Wednesday. Now look at some of those temperatures. Kelowna, 12. Oh, come on. Warm it up. Williams Lake, 12. Come on. Let's go. 14, Williams Lake, let's go. Higher. Quesnel, 15. Yes. Kamloops, 16, 17 in Kelowna. Whoa, Quesnel, 17 degrees on Wednesday afternoon. Woohoo! I love it. Let's do it. 16 in Kamloops. At 6 o'clock in the evening, it was still 16 degrees there. Yes, that's what we want. Look at this risk of thunderstorm there now as we come into Thursday morning. Quick, brief moment of thunderstorm because they got a new low pressure system now. We'll be approaching the coast mid through week. So we're looking at another round of particularly stormy weather at that time. Things will get unsettled. Look at that. Northern BC into the Peace. You're going to see some heavy snow likely Thursday morning. We will keep you up to date on that as we go through the week. As the week, every day here I'm making forecasts. So do check in. I know not every video I make in the channel is a forecast, and people get mad about that. Just talk about the weather, Joey. But hey, I try to. It's hard to talk about the weather all the fucking time. It gets boring, especially at this time of year when it's like, well, it's snowing. Well, it's not snowing. Well, it's cold. Well, it's still cold, people. Anyways, that last sort of blast of snow through northern BC all the way over to Flin Flon, Manitoba on a nice sort of line. We'll see if that's exactly where the line goes, but maybe Fort McMurray takes some at that time. That low pressure system, that sort of maybe it's an Alberta clip or maybe it's a Colorado low. We could debate that. It's on the U.S. side, Colorado low. Okay, maybe, sure. That's going to help this upside here still have some snow going on. But as you can see, things are much warmer in BC this week coming up, and I'm looking forward to it. And we could see the odd flash of lightning. We can see these convective squalls and things like that we've been seeing, and expect that as we come into the weekend, yet another round after that when this low finally starts to move its way through. Yep, just another week in BC of living the dream, friends, living the dream. Expect to see the dream. Okay, so actually what we're going to do here quickly before we go is just look on weather radar. I'm not going to bother going onto my radar app to do it, but as you can see, just pounding on Vancouver Island, pounding in central Vancouver Island. A little bit of precip for Kelowna, Kamloops, some of those areas that don't often see too much, areas that are onto the west side of the Monashees, seeing some of that right now. There is not much radar coverage in this area, so it could be that more is happening here than we realize. As you can see here, our radar coverage doesn't seem to extend out to Terrace. This is something that we need to change in Canada. We need more radar coverage. Come on, Carney, you're putting all kinds of new initiatives out for Canada today on your election platform, your election announcement day. I mean, I'm not trying to just be a jerk about this. I mean, they've announced new radar systems. They're announcing repairing the train to Churchill, Manitoba. All kinds of really good projects they're putting out and need to happen right now. Sure, I agree with a lot of these projects. Another project we could really use is more radar coverage for weather in British Columbia and Canada in general. Let's get more radar out there in general. You're going to make radars for national security and defense, then we should have radars that can also predict the weather and see what's going on in there. But as you can see, I have a mess of nonsense through the Caribbean right now into Prince George region out to Vanderhoof and whatnot. Stay dry, friends. Stay safe if you're traveling. It's not a good day for it. I've been telling you for a number of days it's not a good day for traveling, and I was serious about that as I'm always serious. It's one of my main things around here is my seriousness. Okay, hit like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. I really need you to keep coming back again and again and again to keep me in business. And just watching a video and telling someone, hey, Joey Only, he's this crazy maniac up there in the mountains talking weather, politics, and world things and religion and everything. You wouldn't like him. He's terrible. I mean, go watch his channel. Okay, bye now.